tenders nearly complete. Turn your great business idea into reality with
Them other girls jealous, 'cause you sweet me past the looks. Show me your true color, that's my own color. Them other girls jealous, 'cause you sweet me past the looks. My yellow pepper, 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 your body check, check, check. You don't make me mess, I lose my sense. My yellow pepper, 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 your body check, check, check. You don't make me mess, I'm
Instagram, don't finish data. Big, big, nyash, me, I'm a stonaka.
Lockdown, I'm in the job agenda. I'm on noisy, yeah. Yes, it's back, so it's a big knock. You know, you can escape the delay. And in the darkness, I have to get rid of this feeling inside my head, my neck, my waist. Oh, I still want that. And in the darkness, I want that way. My head, my neck, my waist. Oh, I still want that. And in the darkness, I want that way.
You know be spark, you know be anybody.
Drinks for club to the soul and top with the amount and so fine girls in the crowd only use me cash up and so 15 inch chain I wear from my neck, not too much ring and so a backside na caterpillar. Shake you see me play, shake you see me play, complain. Shake you see me play, shake you see me play, complain. Shake you see me play, shake you see me play, complain. Shake you see me play, shake you see me play, complain. I got 10 pockets in my room, JP tryna check me. So, I wanna pull up in my spot, all of them didn't fear me. So, I be all over, master over, baby come closer, baby come walk. I go take pump pause, I go take pump pause, you don't touch it. I be all over, it's getting colder. I go take colder, go till I go far. So, drinks for cup to the sun, I'm going to the night. So, fine girls in the crowd, when they use me, cash up and so 15 inch chain, I wear from my neck, not too much ring and so I'm
I say if you know be spark, you know be anybody.
shake you see me, shake you see me, they complain. Shake you see me, shake you see me, shake you see me, shake you see me. DJ waiting the sun, loud down man want the ball. Come down me another doll. One time in the bedroom drop. DJ waiting the sun, loud down man want the ball. Come down me another doll. One time in the bedroom drop.
Samsung S24 Ultra in a mouse case. Here we go.
Back to the reading, dance and shake their body. Now money with the shit, don't be fine. Mr. Batman, bring more bottles. Oh, yeah, take some bundles. Tonight, not shut down. Shadow plenty for system. The girls wanna back to the reading, dance and shake their body. Now money with the shit, don't be fine. Mr. Batman, bring more bottles. Come down,
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Adwala, thanks for joining. Welcome. We're going to start in a bit. It's a little bit raining out here. We're waiting for the rain to subside and we can kick off with what we need to do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mhm. Thank you. Okay, I think we're good to kick this off now. Rain's gone, so let's do this. Okay, so I'm just gonna run us through a number of things we need to do. So basically, we're gonna be doing an oil change on a Toyota Yaris 2012. Basically, all safety features will be. I hope you can see me from there. If you can see me from there, please give me a thumbs up. If you can see me from there, give us a thumbs up. Good, 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 good. All right, so bring out the tools. If you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. Hey, Fola, thank you for coming out. All right, so the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to jack up the car, uh, get it in position, ready to start doing what we need to do. So I'm going to get my shocks. Uh, so I'm getting my shocks to immobilize the car so that the car doesn't roll around. Let me give you a view of what I've done. So this is what I'll do. Uh, immobilize the car by putting two chucks on the wheels so it doesn't roll back when I jack it up. Uh, then the next thing I'm going to do is to jack up the car. It's pretty much easy. Uh, uh, just to give us enough clearance to go under the car and do what we need to do. It's kind of cool out there. I don't know what the temperature is like where you are. Uh, if you do have any questions, you can pop in your questions as we go along. I'm going to try and bring somebody up to help me moderate this and Paula, can I? Okay, car owners, yeah, you can come up. I need Fola or Effective to help me moderate while I do this so that if I have any questions popping in, they can call my attention to it. Uh, uh, hey, Fola. Good
Hi, how are
afternoon.
you? Good afternoon.
I'm good. I'm good. You?
I'm fine.
Good. 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 Uh, just help me monitor if there are any questions popping up while I'm doing this, so that I can answer
Okay.
them as we go along.
All right.
Thank you very, thank
You're
you very
welcome.
much.
Yeah.
How was church today?
I streamed online. I didn't go to a physical church.
Oh, why?
I've not been able to find. God forgive me. I found one that was Venus Chapel, but I just feel it's a lot of things happening there. So I am asking God to just lead me to the one I should go to like by Sunday. I just
All
don't
right.
want to randomly go to any church. I don't know if you get me.
Yeah, I understand it. I
All right.
understand it. Yeah. So, you drive.
Drive, K. I don't have a car.
I mean, okay, well, back home, you used to drive.
Once in a while, because trust me when I said I worked remotely majority of the times. Yeah. So I didn't have a need aside maybe grocery shopping, maybe to a friend's place. Yeah.
So, are you saying that there's pretty much nothing much you know about cars?
Nothing, no. Even though I worked in the car sector for I think about 2 years or three.
How come you didn't know anything about cars then?
I feel like it's a lot of complication, and like I said, I didn't deem it fit to buy a car for myself because I wanted to buy for my mom first,
Okay.
so I saw it like it would be incorrect to drive a car when I don't have one for my mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
But
That's so nice.
yeah, but then when I worked with Checky Nigeria, I know that, I had like a lot of dealers who I would see talk about cars. So I still know like tiny, tiny bits about it. Or I mean, maybe when I own my own car, sha, I'll pay so much attention.
Okay. Do you have any particular kind of cars that you're, what do they call it? Yeah.
Like a preference, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, maybe because of this part of the world, I like Benz a lot. I like range.
Don't buy,
Because I'm
don't buy
tiny.
range in this place. Oh.
No, I can't buy it here, but I'm just saying
Don't
like
buy
my
range this place.
preference
Oh.
of car, yeah. Because I'm tiny. I like big cars
What do
that
you mean you're tiny? Come on.
I'm tiny now. I have
No,
a
you're
small
not.
stature.
I know you have some type of, but that doesn't mean you're tiny. Tiny is
So
tiny
now
is
I guess what you're trying to do is you're trying to lift up the car so that you can go underneath. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm actually trying to put this shock there so like it will be safe because it's not safe to actually leave your car on the jack when you're going under the car.
Oh, I see.
The jack has tendency of um,
Fully
falling
no.
over. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So we're good. Um, so we have the car up now. Let me try. If I'm out of your view, let me know at any point, please.
Okay.
And am I very audible?
Yes, you are.
Good, good, good. So next thing to do after you've jacked up the car is um I'm going to go under the car and start the process of opening the filter. We need to open the or loosen the nut, which is called the sump bolt. That's what that's where the sump is where the engine oil is stored in the car.
Okay.
So when we loosen that nut, all the engine oil in the car comes out. After that, we're going to have to also take out the old engine oil filter, and then
Mm.
some oil will definitely come out of that as well. Then we replace all that. During that process, while we're waiting for all the engine oil to come out of the car, we're also going to open the um, engine compartment where we pour the engine oil. Once
Okay.
we loosen the cover, it allows pressure to build inside the engine, and all the engine oil will come out much more faster. At that point, we also remove what we call the dipstick, what we use to check the level of engine oil. Those two will let the engine oil come down quicker and faster as well. Um, okay, these are pans for collecting the used engine oil. Uh, so let me try and get it closer so that you can see what I'm about to do. So for this, for majorly for Toyota, well, are you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for Toyota, majorly you use a what they call it, 14 socket to loosen the sump bolt. Most German cars have
Thank you,
nine.
Adedayo, for sharing the live. Thank you so much. Guys, please help us tap
Thank
on
you.
your screen. Help tap on the screen so that our friends can pop in. We are learning here to be quite educated. Thank you.
So I'm going under the car now. Can you see
Okay.
what I'm saying? Can you see?
Yeah.
This is the sump.
Okay.
Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
I have my ratchet, and that's the 14 socket goes in there. Can you
Mm.
see what I'm
Yes.
doing?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Uh, 1 second. Okay. So we're going to try and do that. Yep, going towards the driver's side in. So
Okay.
pushing that. Once you're losing that, uh, I need to move you back a little bit so that I don't spill oil on you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
It's yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say, come out pretty soon. Trying to get the right position. Is it? Can you see it coming out?
Yes.
So that's the engine. That's the old engine oil. You can see that's very, very dark.
Yeah.
This car was bought in December, and the customer has not had the chance to
Change the
change the
oil.
oil.
Uh,
So we're doing that for the customer now. Um, because they're going to go the journey pretty soon. So while that is coming down, like I told you before,
mm.
I'm gonna go up. Let me see if I can put you where you can see me again. Okay, so we're going to. Let me see. Can you see? So this.
E-
Let me try and reposition that. I'm trying to make sure it doesn't fall off. Okay, that's the engine oil compartment. I'm gonna
Okay.
open that up. Once I open that up, oops.
Dio, you should be
Let me
able
just
to see
close
it
this.
now.
Okay. So I got the cover open. Uh, then I'm going to also take out the dipstick. That's the
Mm.
dipstick for checking the
All right, thank
level
you.
of engine oil in it.
Oh, at
It's
least I know
usually
this one. I know this one.
usually an orange. What's it called? And it has clearly written engine oil because
Okay.
some cars have two dipsticks, one for engine oil, the other one for transmission oil. So you want to be careful not to mix them up, and so that you don't. And of course, when you want to top off, you don't accidentally top off into the transmission fluid compartment. Um,
Mm.
we just made a mess here now. While we were talking up here, something dangerous was happening down there. Ah, so we spilled some oil. We'd have to clean that out ASAP. Give me a minute.
Thank you. Ifeoluwa, how are you? Send a request now. Let's ginger our brother. Yes, now it was very tedious for you guys to call his name. So before you come and before you come and scatter it, it's best to just changes it.
Oh, is someone commented about the name change?
Mm.
Okay. Actually, I had to change it back because everybody was asking me questions I didn't have answers to. Alrighty. So the next step right now is I'm going to get out the old engine oil filter. So engine oil filters are a little bit tricky in that um, some cars have, most cars have different engine oil filter range.
Mm.
Um, for the there's a Volkswagen Golf that I did an engine oil change last week. Um, I'll show you the range for that one. It's pretty much different from the one that
Okay.
I
So
use
a quick
on
one,
this.
Mayowa.
Yep, yep.
Adedayo in the comment section said, "Why do they change the oil filter? Why do they change the oil filter?"
Okay, so it's like, so oil filter basically helps to make sure that when the oil is circulating around the engine, if there are any debris, it doesn't get to the essential parts of the engine, so it doesn't cause any damages. So from every time you do an oil change, it is recommended that you change the oil filter as well.
Mm.
So this is the this are the two types of wrenches that I usually use. Of course, there are different types and different for different cars, but for this particular car today, we're going to be using this one. The engine oil is still dripping, so I'm trying to let that all come out because that's where the engine oil filter is, which is next to it. I don't want to start making a mess while I'm trying to remove that one. So we're gonna wait while that one drips all the way. Then while we're waiting for that, I'll just show you a couple of things.
All
Why I
right.
was trying to, one of the things I was trying to explain earlier on to avoid confusion when you're trying to do this thing on your own. So under the car, I'll show you. So this is the engine oil sump.
All right.
You need to be careful because there's another one here. This one here is the transmission sump. You don't want to be touching that one. That one's for your transmission, your gear, and all that. So
Mm.
some people make the mistake of actually um, getting the oil out of transmission while they intended to get oil out of the um, engine oil pump.
Engine oil box, yeah.
So what happens is that your engine oil is stored in here when you pour it from the top. Your engine
Mm-hmm.
oil is stored in here.
Mm-hmm.
When you start the car, there's an oil pump inside this compartment that pumps the oil up into the engine so that
Mm.
I wouldn't want to be using jargon because I don't I'm not I'm just talking to like every other person that just wants to have a knowledge on how to fix their car. So the
Okay.
oil just pumps it so that all the compartments inside the engine um, has minimal friction because
Mm.
when there's too much friction and the metal components in the car start getting like iron filings, it will block the ducts where the engine is supposed to pass through, and in the long run, cause major damage to your engine. That's when they will say engine is a knock. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm seeing lots of people are gifting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
So,
Thank you for the
so
gifts.
um, there are a number of things that lets your car move. Number one is air. You need air, you need petrol, and you need spark. So engine oil basically just does the job of like a go between to make sure everything goes on smoothly. It's like a coolant for your engine. And like I always say, there are three major coolants in the car. Number one is the radiator coolant. That's the one that cools the engine, the water, so that it doesn't go above um, the optimum temperature for the car to run. There's also the engine oil that does the cooling from the inside so that you don't get iron filings and debris like that. Then the third one is your petrol that cools down the fuel pump of the car itself. Um, that's why most people who have their cars going bad when they say they have their fuel pump has failed, in most cases it's because of negligence. People drive around with their car next to empty every time, then you not having your fuel pump failing on you. So basically, I'll just advise you that if you have been having that habit of driving with your engine, your petrol going too low, try and stop that habit. It's a very terrible habit that will get you um, spending where you don't need to spend. So I'm just going to cover, I'm just trying to cover sorry, you're out of frame. So I'm tightening back the sump bolt so that we can now take out the engine oil filter. So I'm going to switch. If you see that, there's this black switch there. I'll switch it back to the other side. That indicates that I want to tighten this time around instead of loosening that we did the other side. So when I put that down, not too much stress, not too much. You don't need to be a very strong person to do this thing. Because it's for this one is a wrench, so it makes it even easier. There are other tools you can use. There are like spanners that you can use and all that. But basically, I always advise you use something that won't stress you up. With something like this, even my 10-year-old kid can do this. And sometimes I've let her do this like a couple of times, and it's not so difficult. So I don't see a reason why anybody should be able to do it. Another thing people complain about is jacking the car. I don't think it's very difficult for anybody to jack the car. Just take it at your own pace. No, don't need to stress yourself or overwork yourself. So we're gonna try and neatly get the engine oil out. Give us space to. I'm gonna push that a little bit aside so that we can wrench. Yeah.
So, Mayowa, so
Yeah.
Adedayo is
Come again. Hello. Oops. We lost. We lost. Ade.
so sorry. I
Oh,
went on the wrong command. So sorry.
okay.
Apologies. But
All
what he
right.
was asking was that he said, is it the same process for a Mercedes Benz car? I
It's,
think.
so the only difference will be the wrench you use and where the engine oil filter is. So basically, most of the time, the engine oil filter for Mercedes Benz are always up on top of in the engine, so you don't need to call under the car to loosen the oil filter. But of course, the um what they call it, the sump will still be under. But there are also other. If you're doing it in a professional workshop, there are other methods of doing it that doesn't entail you coming under the car. There are machines that you can use to get like a siphon that you put into the engine that will take out the engine oil without you coming out going under the car. Did I answer that question?
Yeah, I think we did.
All right. Can you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like you are out of frame again. Oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. It's just I'm not used to doing it. Okay. And you see that's the wrench there.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to loosen the engine oil filter. You have to be careful not to spill engine oil all over the place again. Okay. So that is we got that out. Oops.
Wow. That's a
So
lot.
it has like a casing in which the engine oil filter is. So that casing is what we loosened out. Once the thing drips out, I will show you the engine, the filter itself, and you see how dirty it is. And to answer the question Ade was asking earlier on,
Mm,
why we need to change the engine oil filter.
mm.
It's really, really dirty. Okay, let me try and come out of this way and get to see the color. Okay, so this is the engine oil filter. Tell me from a layman's point of view if it doesn't need to be changed.
It looks like it because I
So
mean
I'm gonna get the new one and show you that one as well. So you can have a
Yeah, it really
comparison.
needs changing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. 1 minute. Okay. Sorry for the break in transmission. So this is the new. This is the new oil filter.
thank you, Leo Glamour, for the gifts for our host. Wow,
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you very
that's
much.
a lot
Thank
of
you very much. This is the new engine oil filter.
mm.
Let me get it out of the pack so I can show you properly. Look at the new one. Look at the old one.
Mm.
And you see that apart from it being dirty, you can notice that that's already
Mm.
collapsing there.
Thank you, Ade, for the arts and
Oh, thank
mustache.
you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you guys. So it's already collapsing, so it's really not doing so much of the work it's supposed to be doing anymore.
Oluwagbamo, thank you. Thank you, babes.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
If I look at the
So
difference between the new one and the one you removed,
Mm-hmm.
exactly,
like
exactly, exactly. So I'm just apart from that, there's one other thing for this particular type of car that you also need to change while you're doing this job. There's a there's what they call an O-ring.
Mm.
Don't use this at home. There's something that you're supposed to use actually. I can't be bothered to go back inside to get it now, so I won't keep you guys waiting. So there's this O-ring here that it keeps this mechanism so that it doesn't start leaking out when you're driving on the road. So you're
Mm.
supposed to change it every now and then, and usually comes with the engine oil filter itself. Of course, there are two of them, but the other one you change it only once in a while, not as frequent as you change this one. There's a smaller one that is on the
So,
other side of it.
Mayowa,
Yeah.
someone is saying in the comment section that this filter looks quite different from the one used in Nigeria. I
So
don't
what
know
kind
how
of
to
car is
put it.
can we ask the person what kind of car is the person driving in Nigeria so I can explain?
So, Baba Fash, what kind of car do you drive back home?
What car and what year?
They say what car and what year?
So we got the while we're waiting for him to answer us, we got the O-ring in it.
It said Corolla 2004.
Exactly. So the Toyota Corolla 2004 and the Camry and all the cars below, I think, below 2010 or 2009. All of them have the metal engine oil filter. I wish I had that one here. That's the same
Mm.
type that is in the Golf and most cars below 2010. Most of them come with that kind of engine oil filter. But
Mm.
anything above 2010, you will start seeing the paper engine oil filter like this
Thank
one.
you, Ade. Thank you, Lua Glamour.
Thank you guys. So we're gonna put that back in
Mm.
that. Once we do that, job is pretty much done. So we're gonna
Mm.
get our. Let's go back under the car and fix it. So we're gonna go back. Let me try and get you into frame. I'm sorry, guys.
Thank you. You guys are almost helping us achieve the host goal. Thank you so much for the gifts.
Thank you, guys. I really do appreciate. I wasn't even expecting that anybody would. Okay, so we're gonna put the wrench back again and try and tighten up. We need to be careful not to over tighten it. Usually, there's a torque wrench that is also used for this job.
Mm.
That tells you the exact torque that you're supposed to be at. But as per Niger boy now, you just use your church mind to get the torque you need so that you don't over tighten it. Okay. Uh,
Hi, Michael. Good afternoon.
okay, so we got the wrench out again. So our job under the car is pretty much done. What I'm just gonna do right now is just to tidy things up there, and then we can go and fill up the engine oil on top. Just give me a moment to do this. So I'm just gonna clean that out so that if there's any leakage, we can easily notice it.
Mm.
There we go. Uh, that is the used engine oil coming out as well. Let's try and mop up this so that we don't destroy the environment. Yes. I don't know if my father is watching this right now, but he's big on the environment, and I'll probably get an email saying that destroying the environment. I didn't intend to. I'm sorry, I'm distracted while I was trying to explain to you guys. Okay, we'll do more cleaning later. Let's go up and do what we finish up what we need to do, and we'll start up the car. Okay, so the next thing to do right now is to jack down the car so that by the time we put the engine on, we can gauge the setting that we have the right
Good
quantity of.
afternoon, Rookie. Good afternoon, Onivix. Welcome.
So I'm gonna try and jack up the car. Sorry, bring the car down.
Sorry to interject, Marawa. So, Oluwaklama is asking that how do you dispose the oil, as she still has stored in different containers in the house.
Do you want me to tell you the truth? I'm still trying to figure out how to dispose of it in the UK, but I've heard that you could put it in. I read it on one of the blogs that you could actually um, put it in a keg, tighten it properly, and put it in your uh, recycling um, engine or sorry, your recycling bin. But for now, I'm still keeping them. Maybe when I have a large volume, I'll probably look for a recycling place where I can dispose of it.
Mm.
But I'll do research on that and I'll revert to you guys and let you know what we can do with it. Back home, we used to just sell it to farmers who use it for protection on their farm against insects.
Okay.
So basically, I'm trying to take the car back down.
All
I
right.
should do that as fast as possible. Is it raining over there?
No, but it's quite cold.
Yes. I'm actually sniffling right now. It's pretty cold there. It was raining earlier on.
Did you hear what she said?
What?
Did you hear what ah this first network last song?
Is she using a broadband or is she using her phone?
Yeah, she's using it on her phone.
She should get the broadband now. Makes it easier for her. Okay, so the car is down again. We're gonna.
Rookie, yes, there should be live session tonight. One of the guys would host.
Okay, so I'm trying to put you guys where you can see me easily.
After the live final now.
God.
They
Guys,
play
don't fall down.
all through the day.
Can you see this place? Can you see where
Yeah.
my hand is? Okay. So we're gonna get the engine oil for this car. I'm using the let me try and cover the name so you don't see the name. But basically it's the 0W20. This is a 5 liter can. Obviously we're not gonna use all the 5 liters. So we're gonna get the engine oil into it now. Oops.
Our phone fell. Guys, sorry. Just bear with
Sorry, you
us.
guys fell down. I'm sorry guys. Oh no. Okay. I'm just gonna
So a question, right?
yeah.
Someone asked that when do we have to do a full service and a quick service and a quick service like just oil change, like when you or she would like to know when.
So for this, for most cars, it's recommended you do it at 5,000 kilometers or every 3 months, 5,000 miles or every 3 months. So in most cases, um, if you have not used the car, if the car has been parked down in the house for a very long time, once it passes that 3 months, it's ideal for you to do an oil change on the car.
Mm,
Did I answer the question properly?
I think so. So Michael is asking that can you educate on car finance and is it advisable for someone new in the country to do a car finance?
Yes, sure, sure. There's nothing wrong with doing car finance. It even helps you to build your credit score if you have car finance. The thing is that you would also while you're getting car finance, you would need they would what they call they'll do your credit check for you. So it's best if you have a good credit score before you apply for car finance. A
Thank you
number of
very
my
much
friends
for
have
the
got car
answer.
finance and it worked out for them. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this client also got this car uh, through car finance. So it's pretty much a good idea.
Okay, so for the big boys, I just said that in my case, my car company does my servicing once a year. You can see that
Yeah.
that's another flex on its own. So I mean, Ade is a big boy.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
for this kind of car, this is every 6 months, so that's once a year as well. So
okay.
this synthetic engine oil goes for 6 months, so just like once a year. But if you're using mineral oil, that's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. The for every 5,000 miles. Because the natural fact in this country, made alone drive 5,000 miles in a year,
Mm,
except you are into transport business.
mm. So just so that we can capture the questions, Michael said, "What constitutes a good credit score?"
Ah,
Which
I'm
be
just a
no.
bloody mechanic. Me, I don't know what constitutes good credit score.
So I think I have like a quick answer for him, Michael. So For example, it's I think King Tunde mentioned on the live the other day that it's okay to put your rent on direct debit. Sorry, Mayowa.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's okay to if you have like a phone bill, it's okay to put that also on that also. Oh my. Hi.
Can you
So
still see me?
yeah, it's okay to. Hi. Oh my God, what is this?
So yeah. Oh god, I think we lost the fair again. I lost Fola again. Fola again.
Don't mind the person. Someone called me and just scattered my.
Fola again. Oh god. Okay. So, hello, Glamour, are you there? Mike, is Mike there?
Hello, guys. Good evening. Yes,
Are you at
so
work?
yes, I'm at work actually.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm at
So
work.
just wonder.
Yeah.
What?
I just said he has something a credit on your say so.
You're breaking up.
My network
Why is
is
everybody
kind
so
of
mad?
bad where I am really.
Yeah, I can
I,
imagine. Let's get Fola back.
and get Ade too. Please bring Ade up too.
Let's him send an invite. Ade hasn't sent an invite.
So someone is asking that
You can
what's your
send.
opinion about Volkswagen to run 1.4 TSSS?
So the thing is, any car is fantastic. Any car is good. I'm not going to cast aspersion on any car.
Don't mind
But
them. They don't go make
it's
money
how
inside
it's
underground.
basically it's basically how you maintain the car that determines
That makes
if the car
sense.
is
Yeah.
good or not. Yeah.
Mm.
The only reason why I said earlier on for you not to buy a range is because number one, insurance on range is a lot, and the theft rate on range in the UK is one of the most stolen cars in the UK. That's the only reason why I said don't buy a range. Apart from that, it's a fantastic car. I love to drive it. I would say your range is even safer in Nigeria than it is safe because most people they rarely steal SUVs in Nigeria. But here, Range are one of the cars that steal the most. Range, Mercedes, and all those high-end cars, and they'll just steal it, break it apart, and then that's it. Okay,
Mm.
so let me show you again. That's the engine we put in it. Can you see? It hasn't gotten to. I don't know if you can see the mark.
Yeah.
It's very little. So this is supposed to get to that top mark. Right now we have it there, so we're going to add a little more to it.
Mm. Makes sense. Oh my days.
And if you can compare I don't know if you can see Fola the engine oil.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at it and compare it to the old one we had, you will see that there's a major difference in the
Yeah.
texture and the color itself.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the same thing again and gauge it and see if we have enough.
Ade. Which one? I'm looking for my tablet. Shows the wiring jet. Oh sure.
But that day,
Oh yeah,
that day,
they.
but that day, the mute
Yes.
are you, the mute are you, the
Is that your son?
Yes.
Don't son you bobe wala ti wa problem today. Oh.
And now why would they always talk for Yoruba in the house so that one go Yoruba that now?
So can you see again? We're
The
almost there.
pressure is getting worse.
Necessary ẹ jẹ́ kó gbọ́ Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ kó ṣe kó gbọ́ o kó lè sọ Yorùbá o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Kó lè sọ Yorùbá o. Ẹ jẹ́ kó sọ Yorùbá
Fola,
o.
Bola,
Yeah.
Hmm?
you see my twist out. Say mo try.
What time? We are saying if Mayowa, don't worry, we are not distracted.
Okay. No worries. No
If
worries.
I say she know they see us, are you serious? Ha.
We can see her too now.
Exactly. So Lexi is saying that I'm currently using a Peugeot and lots of mechanics is not a good car. That's why I'm asking any Volkswagen, I think.
Uh, so the thing is that most people, maybe where it is, they are not good mechanics for Peugeots. Think about Peugeots. Peugeots, they are French cars. They are not like British cars. And they're
Mm,
You
not,
never do French car again.
but there are a number of them here anyways. So maybe it doesn't found a good mechanic because Peugeots, they're pretty much good cars. I've not had any issues with Peugeots. And
mm.
like I say, any car is a good car. If you're doing the right thing, you won't have
Mayowa,
issues.
please check the guest box. I think Ifes should be waiting.
Okay.
It's cold though.
Okay.
Welcome, Ifelua.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we're going to start up the engine again. Where's the where does it go? It is here. Let's get that out of here. So right now we're just going to run the engine. Run the engine so that the engine oil will circulate. Once we do that, that will allow us know if we have enough engine oil in the engine. Most cases, when we run the engine for like 2 minutes, you will need to add more engine oil to it. So we're just going to run the engine now, and then we'll come and gauge it once more and find out if we have enough or not.
Okay. So guys, do not forget, help us to continue tapping on your screen. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I'm just going to run it for like a minute, who's timing it for 1 minute.
Hmm.
While we're doing that, I'm also going to take a peek under the car if there are any leakages. Pretty much none. No leakages, so it means we've done a good job. I think that's about a minute. That will do. So we're going to do the same step again. So every time you are gauging your engine oil, it's best to always clean out what is existing there before you gauge it because you may be getting a false gauge. So I'm going to
Hmm.
wipe that out and then I'm going to put it back in.
All right. So we have another question, Mayowa.
We have a
Someone
few
is
under that.
saying that is there any difference doing a petrol car service or a diesel service?
Of course, there's different. Diesel car service is a little bit more complex. Uh, well, it's pretty much straightforward like this, but it's just that you need to be a little more careful. Diesel, when you spill diesel, it's messy. You need a lot of cleaning agents to clean the engine oil that they use in that. But pretty much the same thing. The only place where, because the person said service and not oil change. If it
Mm.
was oil change, they're pretty much the same thing. But if it's service, like I say every time, service involves a number of other things, like changing spark, checking and changing spark plug if needed, checking the nozzles, checking the fuel pump, checking the brake pads and all that. So the process of doing that in a diesel is a little bit more different. And of course, when you do check the fuel um, filter in the diesel engine, you're going to have to pressurize it back so it can work. It doesn't work straight up easily like in petrol engine cars. this is a petrol engine car. So it's pretty much easier to go about it. Like I said in one of my last lives, under here is where the coils are. The coils are what connect the spark plugs. The spark plugs is what creates the spark that makes um, that burns the fuel to make the car move. Let's just
Mm,
make it as simple as that. This is the chamber in which the air comes into the car to cause the combustion to happen. That's the battery there.
mm.
So we have enough engine oil in the car now. Uh,
All
we're
right.
good to go.
All right. Thank
Uh,
you very much. Someone asked, if I said, do you recommend buying used cars in the UK, or is it okay to just save to get a new one?
well, the thing is, new cars are pretty expensive, so there's nothing wrong with buying used cars. Lots of people buy used cars in the UK. The good thing about buying a used car in the UK is that most most often than not, the dealer will give you warranty,
Mm,
and if you have good insurance, if anything happens, they will replace the car for you. But if you can't afford to buy a new car and you're getting finance, why not? It's fine. But for people like us who are just new in the country, it might be a little bit expensive to get such cars and it may be difficult to get finance. So you
mm,
might just want to get something fairly used. This is a fairly used car. This is a 12 reg, and the customer hasn't complained about anything since they got it. It's
mm,
just about having a good mechanic, go with you to check the car when you're buying it and
mm,
do what they call a pre-purchase diagnosis. So they
mm,
put up a scanner, check all the basics for the car, electronic basics, and then drive it around, see if the gear shifts properly, see if the car moves properly. If there are any mill lights, what I call the mill light, the MIL, that's the malfunction indication lamp. If there's any on the dash, you should question it and figure out what that mill light is about. If there's also any check engine lights, figure out what is wrong because a lot of things could be associated with this. It's just like someone has headache. Headache might just be because you are stressed and then take paracetamol and it's gone. But that same headache might be a pointer to something much more dangerous or much more deadly. That's
mm,
why you need to you need to um, respond to such things as quickly as possible.
mm. Thank you for that answer. So Lexi is saying that, does the engine size influence the insurance price?
Yeah, it does. The size, the engine size, the amount, the value of the car itself are stuff that determine the insurance price. Because of course, if the car gets stolen or if it gets bad, that's what will determine how much they're gonna get back for replacing the car.
Mm, makes sense. I love that people have been asking questions. Thank you so much for providing answers to those questions. I mean, I if you guys don't send gifts anymore to our hosts, will not read your question. Send gifts to our host. He's standing in the cold trying to get gifts.
Oh,
Yes,
Ade, thank
energy.
you very much. Ade has vexed you. Ade has vexed you.
Are they the biggest boy
Ade has
in
vexed
town?
I
Thank
beg
you,
you.
guys.
you.
I did
Because
take.
Ade Papisco Gabalaya.
because
Big boy in town.
lots of people ask me how come that my own mechanic are never dirty like Nigerian mechanics.
Mm,
Um, one of the things that most mechanics don't do is that, or they do rather, is when they are working on cars, they basically just lie down on the floor. I got this for I think less than £30. That is a creeper. That's what I've been lying on. I don't know if you could see it.
yeah.
That that's what I've been lying on. Of course, that's tires, so it makes me mobile under the car. So
Mm,
most times, of course, I'll still get a little bit of dirt here and there, but it's not as much as you see um, other mechanics in Nigeria do.
don't worry. Your own mechanic, not classy one. No? We get it. We get it. Well done.
With international mechanic,
Mhm.
not the
Thank
local
you.
mechanic.
So
pretty much.
That's nice.
Yeah. So another thing that I I always advise our clients check from time to time when you go to do oil change is to check the engine air filter. That's in there. I'm careful not. Let me just open it, but I won't touch it because I still have. I don't know if you can see the engine oil on my hand. I don't want to mess it up.
Mhm.
So, but can you see it there?
Like
That
Mm-hmm.
white thing there.
seats. Mm.
Yeah, that's the white thing.
Yeah.
So so it's the engine air filter. But that one's still pretty much in good shape. If it's in bad shape, it has changed color. I don't want to touch it with my hands because maybe in subsequent videos I'll have one that we are going to actually change and I'll take it out.
All right.
Another thing you also want to check.
Oluwagramo,
Another
what do
thing.
you mean by God bless you, Mayo? Don't spoil our name. Mayowa. Ṣé mayonnaise ló fẹ́ sọ ni àbí kò yé mi?
Àbí
So
èmi náà rò pé
another
ó sọ pé Mayo.
Mm.
another thing you also want to check is the brake pad. If you look at in there,
Brake
I don't
pad,
know if you can.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's very dark in there. Anyways, but this
Let
one is still relatively
Mayowa.
okay.
Mayowa. So it may look as though we have an intending student in the comment section.
Àbí o.
He has
Beg
said
me.
that. He said he wants to come and learn. How much is your form?
Well, okay, I think it's. Sorry, Lexi. I think I've been seeing your name. So let me bring him up. Sorry, Lexi. Well, grandma, amen. Oh, amen. How did they
So
put
like
it?
Mayowa, if you
Yeah,
want to, are you there?
I'm here.
Yeah,
Oh,
Let's say you
I'm
want
just
to
in
yeah.
bush man.
service, you do servicing, yeah? You do servicing. So if you want to service a car for someone, like how much do
Yeah,
you charge?
hmm. Inbox me.
You know, you're in
Let's.
Manchester and we have people in Manchester.
And
You,
so right
you know,
now,
we might
so
have somebody that wants to, service and everything.
what I say is
Thank
this.
you,
First thing,
Adedayo.
first thing you need to. Dio, thank you very much. Dio, thank you very much. First thing I would say is that I'm not going to get your engine oil filter for you. Once you get that, let's talk. If it's from this community, I'll give a very reasonable price. But if it's outside this community, of course, price will be higher than that. But to be fair,
Okay, this is what I would
I'm not.
suggest,
I'm
yeah?
not. I don't have a fixed price right now. Like
Mm.
this particular person, because I was involved in acquiring the car when the client got the car, I gave her like a discount for a lot of things that I've been doing on the car for them. So they got the car.
So
Yeah,
Lexi's
so what I'm
actually
thinking
here.
is,
Sorry,
Yeah.
Faye.
yeah,
Okay.
what I'm thinking is if you can like maybe because me, I like business a lot, you know.
Yeah.
So if you can draft like maybe this e-flyer kind of thing,
Yeah.
and tell people what you can do, tell people what your services are, and just
Hmm.
have the e-flyer or something, and then just randomly post it on the community. Like although like on the community now, we do our adverts on Sunday 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So in case
Okay.
you are here and you are in the community and you have a business or you offer any services, every Sunday 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. is a time for posting your business. Just do your adverts. So you can just do that randomly. You never can you understand? For me, I believe that your customer can come from anywhere,
I know. I know.
and
I
since
know.
you are in Manchester now, and I think that we have like I feel like majority of us in the majority of the people in the community. I don't know how to put that. So many people
Yeah.
we have quite a number in Manchester. So,
All right.
anybody can, and the way
So
UK is
so
nobody have time.
so for now, let me for now the things I'm doing because of space is just oil change, brake pad change. I don't want to go into any complex things yet because of space, and then because you know how things work around here. If you
Mm.
start doing certain repairs in your house, your neighbors
Mm-hmm.
will probably report you to the council.
Yes.
Uh, and of course, what I do is this: customer brings the car, drops the car off, and drives away. I'll fix it, and then I'll call you back to come and pick it up. It's not because I'm trying to hide anything from you. It's just basically because I don't want
Mm.
the community to start saying, you're bringing crowds to the place and all that, that kind of thing. But
Mm.
in, the plan is to actually get a yard where I can have liberty to do things the way I want to do them when I
Mm.
want to do it. And all that. So for now, I'm
Right.
just doing basic service and oil change for cars.
We go reach there, don't
Yeah,
worry.
thanks, Fola.
Mm.
Amen. Amen. Thanks, Fola.
Yeah, that's nice. That's okay. You can just think about it, and God willing, anything can come up from there.
Yeah. So, if I do you drive? Thanks, I did.
No, no, I
Why?
don't really. I don't drive. Okay,
Oh,
while we were leaving
thank
Nigeria,
you, guys.
I wanted to learn it, but I have the phobia, and I was just like procrastinating, and I ended up not learning it. So I don't know. I'm not driving right now. So if I want to start anything, it will be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me
Mayo,
just
have you
get my.
also thought
I'm
of
getting.
have
I'm
you also
getting.
thought of like teaching people how to drive? It might mean that maybe for people like you said that they cannot turn the steering, you can teach them the technical know-how and
Fola, you sure want to embarrass me here? Oh. Ade has embarrassed me last night. He wants to embarrass me again. I don't have my. The truth is, like, I've not gotten around to get my driver's license. Like I spoke about in a couple of lives back when we had that live.
Yeah.
Some situations that
Oh,
I
yeah.
was going through at that time, I couldn't get myself to do the things I loved doing.
Mm,
But one of my goals for this year is to start this thing properly. That's why now I'm beginning to do that. But before, hopefully before or by mid of this year, depending on how soon I get this, I'm going to jump on my theory test before the end of March. After that, I'll do the practicals. Once I do that, then we'll work out and see if I can get a proper tutor license to teach people how to drive. Because that one's something else entirely. You need to get your driver's license first and then get your teaching license to teach people how to drive.
makes sense.
Pretty much, there's somebody in your community that can always teach you how to drive. Anyways, because that was another kettle of fish on its own. It's like a full time job, and because if I have somebody that wants to learn and the person is free in the morning, I have to go to work, and until this starts making good money for me and I leave my day job, then I can now start saying, okay, I can make
Mm,
out time when I have people working for me in the workshop. I can make out time to um, start
okay.
teaching people or doing other stuff like I would
Yeah.
love to do.
And on that,
You say we have somebody in our community. Who is the person?
if you want
He
to
said
become
Bablo,
your
thank you.
community, like in your environment, that would always be ready to teach you.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. I get,
yeah,
I
uh,
get, I get.
Maya,
and like we said yesterday, because if you're going to take the driving test in your community, it's best to have a tutor that is in your community that knows
sure.
the area where they will take you to during the driving test.
Mm,
So it's best for you to have a tutor in that place. Because if you come all the way to Manchester, for instance, and I teach you here, you might have issues with because like I said, I don't have my driver's license here, but the information I have about driving and taking the driving test, they will take you to certain routes and or routes or whatever they call it. And you
Exam
must know, you must be familiar with those routes that you're going to go through. Yeah. Thanks, you were saying something.
yeah, I
Yeah.
said
Sorry.
I'm just trying to buttress what you're saying. They might need to like take through the exam route. You understand? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah, I can
Yeah.
hear you.
And that's even
Daniel, thank
that's
you
even
very
the
much.
best. And Adefola, where I think said something earlier. Before you can teach someone in the UK, you must have driven for 3 years before you can
Exactly.
have license to like be an instructor in the
Yes,
UK. You can't just come
yes,
because you can drive from Nigeria or you have your license
yes.
today. Does not mean you can teach someone.
No, you can't. You
Though there
can't.
is
No, it's not.
money
It's
there, there
not
is a
automatic.
cool money there. They are making a lot of money.
True,
But
true,
Feolu,
true.
I can even say if you go back to Nigeria, if you can learn beats, it's advisable. Probably when if you are not
Don't learn.
driving anything.
No, don't learn in Nigeria. You're just going to learn bad habits and things.
No, Mr. Maiwa, you don't get. The
It's
thing is
my
this.
please. Use the
Okay,
misspell. It's
don't
my
worry, don't worry, no worries. The thing is this. She might need to like invest like 2,000 ground. Do you understand? I'm saying if you just know how to hold the steering, you understand what I'm saying? If you are starting from a
Yeah,
fresh
basics.
air,
To
you
know
will
the
spend more
basics.
than
Yeah,
£2,000. I'm telling you, you will spend
true.
more than £1,000. But if you have prior knowledge to driving, The thing is, they'll just tell you, oh, this is how we do here, this is how we do here. But at least you've been driving. I know you cannot go back to Nigeria. My partner, she just did it here and she spent like, because I've been teaching her back in Nigeria and she drove in Nigeria and she still spent like 1,800. Those people are just
Wow.
collecting. Yes, they are just collecting and collecting and collecting. They will first tell you to
No,
book like 20 hours.
now also everybody they look for you also. Now, so you can't, you
Yes,
know, if you
but
check for them.
that one are big money there because they are getting like 45 pounds per hour, 30. That the least you see is 30 pounds per hour. The
True,
least you're
true.
gonna see is 30 pounds per hour. I'm telling you, wherever the least you're gonna see is 20 pounds, 30 pounds per hour. You can never see 20.
That's even
The
very cheap.
least you will see is
Yeah,
20.
Are they saying that's very cheap? Are they? You
Yes,
wanted to
man.
say something?
That's what I'm saying. I said the least.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want
I was just going to buttress on the fact that if you want to start teaching people how to drive, you need to register with them DVSA. That's one.
yes.
Then
Yeah.
besides registering, there's
You
another
have.
test you will do as an instructor. Besides the normal test that you've done, you've
Yeah. Yeah.
gotten your license. You still do another test to
You
become
take
an
your tutor
instructor.
test. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you are right. But you know the thing is this. UK, they give that room to people who are in the UK. Like if you drive for 1 year now, you can teach someone. You don't need to be an instructor. You can teach someone.
Yeah, you
You
can.
understand?
We are
But
talking
if
of
you want to be a
Before you
proper
can
monetizing.
teach
registered
someone,
instructor,
you need. No, the way I've read the rules, and before you can teach someone, for somebody, like if you have a provisional license and you want to drive next, somebody wants to drive next to you, and has a driving license, the person must have a license for like 3 years before the person can drive.
yes, that's
Teach.
exactly. Exactly. That's one thing you can teach with that 3 years. Like if I have my 3 years experience in the UK now, even though I do it, you understand? Still in the UK, I still take my wife around, let her drive, while I'll just be beside her. You understand? But it's cool. Thank you very much. This is very educative. You understand? It's very educative.
You're welcome.
And
You're
one of these
welcome.
days I'll come to Manchester. Maybe I'll see you.
No worries. No
It's
worries.
very
You're welcome.
educative.
Yeah, thank you.
The thing is this, if I may ask some more question here. I drove Peugeot 3008 and I've been facing a lot of issues. So I'm even tired of the car. Not that the car is not in good shape. I can even show you the car now. Let me see if I can turn my camera. But they've been like discouraging me that it's not a good car, is this, is that. So I just fed up like, what is this?
Me, I can't say I can't buy anything French. I can't buy it again.
No,
This,
that's what they're saying. You
I can't buy
understand?
anything
and this
That's
French.
is
what I'm saying.
Bino.
Now
And this is Bino.
somebody said I should go and get Volkswagen. And I'm thinking of getting something like I mentioned earlier, and it's very expensive at the same time. And I wanted to ask again, if somebody is buying a used car, what is the advisable mileage you can tell potential buyers?
You're trying to put me on the spot here. Okay, so here's the thing, yeah. There are certain cars that you can buy high mileage. Oh, thanks, Ade Folawe. There are certain cars that you can buy high mileage and you probably won't have any issues. But it's all subject to what is the condition of the car when you are buying it. So even if a car is 10,000 miles, and I said this in one of the previous lives, even if a car is 1,000 miles, Bablo, thank you very much. If the car has been abused, you are going to have issues. But if the car has been properly maintained, even on high mileage, you will still enjoy the car. The only reason why they say you shouldn't buy high mileage cars is that as you are going higher mileage, there are certain things that you need to start looking at changing. Like for instance, once you get to a certain, I can't remember what milestone, I think it's about 70,000 miles or so, you need to change the timing belt or timing chain. That means you're going to open up the engine and do all that scenario and all that. So the thing is that you want to look at lower mileage because of money you're going to spend on maintenance later on. But if it's a car that you want to just quickly use for like say 1, 2 years and then dispose of, you can take a chance on it as long as you're not spending too much money buying it. But because the truth is, once you buy the car loses value immediately, and then the next thing you're looking at is when you want to sell it, you're selling it for way cheaper than you bought it.
Thank you. I did
And
not.
as per, Adedaya, thank you very much. And as per, one car is good or is not good. Ade, um, like I said before, any car can be good. It's just maintenance how people abuse it because most people are not good at maintaining certain car. They're not good at maintaining their cars. So when somebody else buys it off them, they're gonna have issues. You try buying that same car that you say you didn't like, buy it brand new, maintain it, diligently by yourself, you will see that you won't have the same issues that you had. Now, back
I,
home, if you agree with me, everybody back home, most people will say, ah, really, Honda, I won't buy Honda, I won't buy Honda.
I
Honda
used
is from
Honda throughout.
Honda there. I know people who use Honda that
I
they
used
never had
Honda
problem.
throughout. No,
You
Because
are
you did
you are
maintenance
very correct.
regularly.
Too. You are
I was
very
always
correct.
maintaining it.
You know,
Maintenance.
that's the thing. That's why I'm
Exactly.
asking those questions. Nigeria mentality, they will say, I wonder. When I was in Nigeria, I used Toyota. And when I came into the UK, the Toyota I bought, I didn't use it for 1 year, and it was around 60 something mileage. Then I didn't use it for a year. Do you get? So I totally agree with you. It depends on the maintenance, as in how you maintain the car would really determine how the car will be, how long the car will last you. Because now I
See,
bought
now see,
Toyota the first time.
Bablo is saying I drive a Honda and it's brilliant. And I think if it's the same Bablo that I know, he used to drive a Honda in Nigeria and it was excellent. The car never gave him any issues as well until he sold it off. If I think it's the same person like that. So I won't write off any car. Like I say, I could buy any car. The only cars I cannot buy, I won't mention
But
them.
what will you recommend? What will you
The cars that
recommend as a professional?
that's what I'm saying. I can recommend any car to you. Any car. My own is do your pre-purchase diagnosis before you buy the car and be meticulous about your maintenance of the car from time to time. That's what I'll say.
Thank you very much.
Somebody is saying you should buy Citroen.
I can never buy Citroen again. Anything French? No.
Ade, please don't let people come after me. Don't come and spoil people's
Sorry,
market.
this is Ade talking. No, I'm not talking for my
Yes, your opinion.
it's
Yes,
my
yes.
personal opinion. No, I can't use anything French, and that's my personal opinion.
Do you know if Citroen wants to give me sponsorship now? You want to go and spoil my market?
Sorry, Citron, please give my ambassador people, please.
So basically, to be very honest, I'll show you another car that's in the compound right now that belongs to one of my clients. That is a Vauxhall Corsa, and
Huh?
the customer has had it for a while. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No issues on the car, and plenty of people will still tell you that they don't like that car.
I don't like Vauxhall.
Just the same way in Nigeria, people will
This
say,
one you can't like Ade.
Benz is expensive to maintain.
Toyota, the
It's
Mercedes.
about
Now Benz, I did like Benz.
and what do you drive? And what do you drive right now?
I drive a CLA 250 Mercedes.
Wow.
Ṣé mo sọ fún
You
yín?
know one talk say na
Talk
Ben. So
am.
what are if you Mercedes is
Talk am now. I talk am now. Ṣé I no talk am?
But
Mo ti mọ̀ pé Benz.
What range is it?
71. 2021.
that's it.
Nice,
Wow.
nice. So obviously,
Mewa, you don't know Ade.
Ma?
I know him. He's a chairman now.
As in, you know him now. You know him.
I've always known him. So the thing is, see, Ade, for that kind of car, for instance,
Yes.
you're going to be servicing with the dealership, right?
Yes.
Exactly. So you get they will just tell you we have changed all this and you're going to pay for it. Because story kankan.
No
So
story.
you won't have issues the car breaking down.
No.
The only thing that you have to be very careful about. I hope you have comprehensive insurance on it.
You drive that kind of car, you do comprehensive. Ha.
Only
Àwọn táwa lówó bíi tàdé báyìí kọ́.
You can show up where low bed. How would I put it now? No be cash down I do now. So you can show up
I
where
know. Finance, I know.
it's finance. I do PCP, and after 2 years I can change it and upgrade to whatever I want.
Yeah. Those are some of the things that we enjoy in the UK that we didn't have.
And that's part of the reasons why when you have a good credit score, those are the kind of things you can enjoy.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you have a good credit score.
They'll just swap the car out for you and then you get it.
Me, I just like buying off. I don't like all those finance things.
It's good. It's good to buy.
Bros, it's good for you to do finance because those are stuff that helps to increase your credit score when you want to buy a house. Are you going to buy a house cash down as well?
Currently, my credit score is okay. You understand? I wanted to get. They are telling me I will pay for 2 years. I was like, can't I pay for 1 year? I don't want to be old. You understand? Owing for a long time. I can sort this thing within a year. But they said no. That's why I canceled the stuff. If not, that's it.
I understand you. See, I'm pretty much like that. I like to just not be in debt to anybody. But
Exactly.
the truth is that that's how the system works around there. They don't
I
expect you to have that
understand.
kind of have that money stashed away somewhere. Our own mentality is let's pay the money and move. But here, they get suspicious of you when
When you do
you
You
that.
have
buy
that kind of
something in bulk.
money stashed away somewhere. Which are so no one. So by sure I go HMS remember saying what dear.
Maybe I will
Can you say
reconsider it
look
as
at
well.
but after what green look yẹn ṣe olùkún wọn lè ra mọ́tò yẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà wọ́n lè rà náà.
I
I
Wọ́n
know
kàn
bet.
fẹ́
now.
feel like
Look, from
our
his
normal
look, from
So so
wọ́n
from his
kàn fẹ́
look,
behave like our normal human beings ni.
now
from
so
his look, from his look, you can buy it.
yeah, my
Bí
wine
bọ̀dá yẹn
make on the wine.
bí bọ̀dá yẹn ṣe wà gan lórí ìlànà mọ́tò fún wa báyìí àbí
Ah,
báyìí.
So
I love that.
Ade, what's the durability of your payment?
how?
How long are you gonna pay for the car?
Oh, okay. Cause okay now you need to understand two things. There are different ways by which you can finance your car, but the most common ones there's HP and PCP. HP is hire purchase.
Hire purchase.
Then, but the difference between hire purchase and what's the full meaning of that PCP again? I can't remember now. But the difference between them is the fact that in hire purchase, in a way, the car is yours. For example, if a car is £10,000 and you want to do hire purchase, you can decide that, oh, okay, I want to pay 7 grand or I want to pay 6 grand there. Then the remaining 4,000, you spread it over a certain number of months. It could be 2 years, it could be 5 years, depending on what you want. But it's usually never over 60 months, which is 5 years. So you can do that. In fact, what me I did when I was doing hire purchase at first is the car I bought.
I did that. You don't have to wait till you grow up. Now you can buy it now.
So if you can, in fact, you can even, just for you to keep what's it called, to build your credit score, you can buy a car that is 10,000, pay 8k or 9k, and spread the remaining 1,000 for 2 years, just to show that yes, something is being debited on a monthly basis and it's going into your credit score. Yeah, you can do that. Then the other one is PCP. For PCP, there is a threshold of deposit you can drop. So for HP, you can drop whatever you want as deposit.
Yeah.
So for PCP, usually they won't take, for a car that is like, say, 25 grand, between 25 and 30 grand, they won't want you to pay more than maybe 3k or 3.5 maximum as deposit. Then they start spreading the remaining. However, when it's 2 years, you can decide to revisit that contract. So when you just go, okay, you bring the car in and say, you want to upgrade the car, you want to change the car, or they just ask you that, do you want to keep the contract? Do you want to keep paying for that car? If you say yes, fine. They will revalue it, and most likely what you pay from that point on will reduce. Or you drop it and say, oh, okay, I want to go for a 2024 car. I don't want that 2021 or 2020 car anymore. I want to go for a brand new one, like the recent model. So they give you the recent model. They will revalue the thing. And when they are doing that revaluation, they value the car you dropped to. They will check it in terms of depreciation. They will do all sorts of check to see that the car is still in very good shape. If the car is in good shape, good for you, because in a way, it's counted as equity towards the next car you want to buy with them. So they kind of match the current cost of the car you are dropping plus the one you want to take. So there's a way they do the calculation, and you might end up not really paying much difference. For example, let's say you've been paying say £200 monthly on the previous car. You might end up paying maybe 220 or 230 on the one you want to do. But the difference is in HP, the car is like deemed as yours, because after the contract it becomes totally yours. But in PCP, the car, you are just the registered keeper. You are not the registered owner.
That's why it's called personal contract purchase.
You get exactly. So well, for me, I mean, I kind of like it, because after 2 years you can change if you want. So it's like you're renting the car indefinitely. So if you check and you see that, okay, this is convenient for you cost wise, if it goes well with your budget, why not? Another thing is you would hardly get PCP for older models. You only get PCP for recent models, like cars that have like 2 years, 3 years. So if a car is like 2015, they will probably never do that for you on PCP, because what they look at is for you to take on PCP, they would want the car to be very such that by the time you want to return it, the car is still in great shape,
And they can resell it.
exactly at a good value. For example, and I always advise people to, if you want to do PCP with cars that have value. The Mercedes Benz, BMWs,
Hey,
Audi.
hey,
Oh,
don't mention brand.
Sure.
Sorry.
We can do that offline. Not
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Just came in his code out there.
Which is
So
the first
Ife
finance?
is saying that she's afraid of owing, and I did that. Says, how will I pay 70,000 euros back? You will pay it back, don't you now?
You
You
pay
to my
no.
age now.
Michael Baba, which is the best car? Okay, see, I don't.
If you mention any
I'm
other
not,
name, I will drop you out.
I'm not even mentioning anybody. I'm not
Michael, please speak
mentioning
to my day
anybody.
offline.
I'm not even mentioning anybody. What I want to say about is, there's no bad one or good one. What I just want to say is, whatever rate you get is dependent on your credit score. For example, if your credit
Exactly.
score is in fair, if you have a fair credit score, if you go to a finance company, they will check your financial history. They will do a soft search on your credit and all. When they see that, okay, you've not owed anything, you've been paying as at when due, there's no problem, but you're still unfair. They might probably give you an higher percentage. It could be like maybe 12% or 13%. Or like someone that is on excellence, if you go now, you probably get maybe 3.5% or 4% or 5%. Yeah.
Oluwaglamour, don't let them say reply to me, I beg you.
So they were there. So it depends on your credit score. Your credit score is what will determine the kind of rates you get in terms of interest. So it's not really about the finance company. It's not really about the finance company. It's about you having a good credit score. So it's the same thing with mortgage and any other thing you want to buy.
Yeah, when you're buying a house, yeah.
Yeah. So if you have a good credit score, you get lower interest rates.
Yeah.
That's
And then
basically.
of course, okay, now you will be
At
able
some point,
to.
they'll be chasing you with my bank, for example. Now they've sent me a message like twice that they want to increase my credit card this thing
Credit limit.
credit limit to 25K. I said make them wait. I never
Hold on,
never
this will
okay, me exactly I don't do anything yet. My reason for collecting credit card is not that I want to be buying things anyhow. No, it's for me to be building my credit score. So most things I pay for are very minute things. Like I don't like BC. No, but those things I just pay for just so that it's running. For example, now I think another thing that really helped me is the fact that my what's it called now? My house rent, for example, is on my
yeah.
credit card. It's on one of my credit cards. So every month
Okay.
the direct debit comes, bam, they remove the money from that credit card. And immediately they remove it. Maybe after like a week, I pay it
I
back into
will.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I pay that same rent back into it. So it's like that revolving cycle. But what is being seen is that, oh, this guy pays this kind of amount on a monthly basis and it is constant.
Basis, yeah. Yeah.
Please, can I ask a
And
question,
then
Ade?
Yes.
With that, I'm just thinking out loud. With that, are you not paying more?
In paying more in what sense? Okay, do you mean paying in terms of interest on the credit card?
Yes.
Okay, no. So now, here's the thing. I understand what you're saying. If you're paying for a length of time, like if you want to stagger payment for a length of time, and depending on your bank or credit card company, it depends on the kind of
Yeah.
plan you have with them.
payout they give you. Yeah.
Yes, but for the one may I use, for example, now, if you spend, let's say you spend £10 in a month, and you return that same £10 that month, there won't be interest on it.
Exactly.
So, like I said, once, for example, now, my rent will usually go out by like 10th of every month. So if it goes out by 10th of every
Yeah.
month, by 13th or 14th, I'll just return the same money there. So you remove the
Okay.
money and
Okay.
back the same month, so they won't take any credit. But if I
Same
wait
the
till
same amount.
yes, so but if I wait till next month before I put it back, then interest will get on it. As long as I'm
Exactly.
paying it back
Okay.
within the same month, then you know there are ways
Okay.
that if you think about these things right and talk, just the way we are all sharing ideas now, you get to understand that there are a lot of ways you can enjoy the system. If you are
Yeah,
Mm.
sharp.
I'm not yeah if you can enjoy the system, let's use the word enjoy the
It's just
system.
yeah, I think pretty much it's about being disciplined anyway.
Yeah, very very
Because
important.
in this
Yes,
world,
exactly.
tó bá sọ pé ò ní yáwó or ò ní ṣe credit card, you're deceiving yourself.
Yeah, you are.
You,
You are.
you just
Because
need to
you
be
just see
disciplined.
that you won't be able to get so many things later in the future. Because everything now
Yeah.
boils down to your credit card, your credit score, your this, your that. You know.
Èèyàn máa ní láti ṣọ́wó náà.
Um,
Yeah.
can I quickly ask a question? Do I'm at work?
Okay.
Ade,
Yeah.
or to everybody.
Yeah.
Does bank like Amex or Amex
Yeah.
using it, would that increase or build your credit score?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Amex
Sure.
will build
Build
your
your credit
credit
score.
score.
If
As
I
in bank like Amex,
yeah, if I
American
No,
Express,
Amex
I
is
mean,
not a
I think.
bank. Amex is
exactly.
not a bank.
That's what I'm
It's a
saying. That's
credit
what
card
I'm
company.
But
But it helps build your credit score.
it builds your
So
credit score. And the other thing about the one you've mentioned now, because now why I said we should not mention names. The one that you have mentioned, the good thing about it is you get a lot of cashbacks. Then you get Avios
a
points.
lot,
If you want to use some certain airlines, you get Avios points. So there are a lot of things that comes with this very
a
credit
lot
card
of
that
perks.
you've
Yeah,
mentioned.
yeah.
There
A
are a
lot
lot
of
of
perks.
things. I have one myself, and it's a good if you can get that one. And they don't. The another thing with them is it's kind of I think they are more stringent with their checks when they want to give you a credit card because they
Yeah,
are like highly revered. So
yeah.
they do so much. Unlike most other banks or credit card companies, those ones who just do a soft check on your credit file. They do a soft check, but this
They,
one
they declined me like twice before they
they will
gave me
do
my
ad
card.
check. They do ad check, and if any company does ad check on your credit file and still comes out as negative, it brings down your credit score. It reduces it.
Yeah,
It's not a good
yeah,
thing. So that's why it's always
yeah.
good, like build your credit or your credit score for a while. Then one other very important thing is as much as you can, make sure you're not using at least for the starters, for those that are starting to use credit cards, make sure you don't
Yeah.
utilize more than 25% of your total
Of
credit limit.
credit limit.
So
Yeah, yeah.
if you have 10,000 limit in your credit card, don't use more than 2,005 monthly.
Uncle, calm down. At 10,000, you're really loading 10,000. Everybody, you're going to be calm down, Gary. Uncle, be
I'm
calming
using
down.
a round figure. Okay, if it's 1,000, don't use more than
Uncle, man,
250.
calming down. Uh-uh.
Mayor, don't use more than
When
25%.
it comes to our level.
I'll be.
How long can you won't build the credit score for us? You can build. See, we for people that have been here 5, 6, 7 years, they are still building self.
I'll
And the
be.
truth is, you will
It
get
depends on how you use it though.
yeah. And the truth is, you get
Yeah,
to a point. It's especially once you have mortgage. Once you have mortgage,
yeah.
there's nothing else that you want. If you want to use 75% of your credit limit, use it.
I'm just wondering that this credit score thing is still confusing to me because I'm surprised what my score is saying. I'm wondering, show, show right or you right?
Which kidney are you using
What
Experian?
what I'm using Credit Karma.
Credit, yeah, I use Credit Karma and Experian
What
both
what is the maximum credit score available?
for. I think Experian is 999. Credit Karma is 8 something.
700. More renting.
That 700 will probably be okay. Is it
As
okay
in 700, the maximum tomorrow.
on Credit Karma?
Uh,
Hold on. Let me just
seven-
quickly.
so I see my own credit score over 700. But more
Oh,
back.
let
No
me.
matter what, you go be collect like 10K like that.
My has 25K. Okay, yeah, you're right. It's over 710.
Exactly,
710.
exactly. So that means my credit score is not bad in the year.
Wait, oh, it's over 710, but okay, you have 700 over 710.
No, I don't have 700. Don't put me to that money. I'm suffering money.
Okay, yeah.
Most really
Yeah,
not come back if it is over 710.
yeah.
The Michael is saying something in the comment section.
Yeah, my score is below close to 600. Is that okay? I don't have any credit
Then
score.
fantastic. It is
That's
fantastic.
that would be fair, I think. Do you use Experian or Credit Karma, Michael?
Because it also depends on what you're using to
Say
check your credit
something.
score.
Yes.
Michael, if Adi could tell you it's fair, and when you want to go and buy something, he can tell you that it's bad. Sure, you get so trust me. Trust me.
Above
Whatever
all,
anybody
what is
says here, we are just saying it's based on the
yeah,
interaction we get to see on the app. Like, so it's something
Exactly,
you can
exactly.
download these apps and put in
that's
your details, and you can just do your checks. Because I
exactly.
remember that I was going to purchase something, and they kept telling me my credit score, and I'm like, no. I know what I am saying. So, I had like a good fight, and eventually I was able to purchase whatever I needed to purchase.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have
So
to do these things yourself. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
Then
which
Exactly.
bank, the legit bank here, that's the one that we should use on those apps.
But this-
of course you're on those
As
apps,
long as
all your banks to be
all those
linked.
Lloyd,
Mm.
Then Lloyd's too.
link
Lloyd,
here.
for example, I have a Lloyd's bank account. They give me my credit score to every month.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's true.
usually
Lloyd,
check on Lloyd,
Lloyd
but
does that.
Yeah.
Does that.
yeah, because I've checked once, but me, anyway. I use my Revolut most of the time.
Revolut.
I don't usually use the Lloyd, so I think that's the reason. I don't
To be
know,
fair,
and
go and get the
I
proper
didn't
bank.
link them together.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Money
There's
Lloyd is
If
there.
I go,
I have a Lloyd's bank.
that
yes, use it often. Use
that
it
rev,
often.
yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I need to use it often. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I hope your salary account is not with your rev.
Revolut.
Dayo is saying something. Say Mark and sense.
So me ò
What of
níṣẹ́.
my contract?
Another thing I have noticed on this credit score is this: if you go and buy something probably on Amazon and you do pay in three, your credit score will decline. I
You
don't
pay
know if any other person has experienced that.
if you pay in what?
Probably you pay in 3 times, as in you don't pay once. You say you want to pay in 3 or in 6 months. Your credit, anytime I do that, my credit score will always go down.
But it will pick up after some time.
And if that's the case, could it be that maybe as that when they need to charge you for that transaction, they didn't meet money?
No, there's always money in my account. How about? But anytime even the thing is this, that's why I'm just saying it. So people should not be doing it. Before you pay, they will tell you this might affect your credit score before you pick
Exactly.
that option. You understand?
Exactly.
So they do say that before you even pick that option. So if you see all those paying 6 months from Monzo, I say Monzo, you know my friend Raja Louis online.
See, even if you buy,
Pleke,
eBay and
Lala.
Amazon, yes. eBay and
yeah.
Amazon, yes.
See, the
Mostly
truth
I
is,
buy on
if you
eBay and
buy
Amazon.
anything you buy that you're paying over time, you reduce your credit score. For instance, if you get a new phone contract, it will affect your credit score for a few months or so. Things start picking up and you start paying regularly on that. Because the thing is that they want to be sure that you are going to make that payment. You are going to be dedicated to paying that thing back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you get. So the thing is, once you do any transaction and you are paying over time, it will affect your credit score. It's just like if you buy a new car, it will affect your credit score that month.
Yeah,
Subsequently, once you start making payments on that transaction, your credit score will pick up again.
yeah, and when it picks
I
up,
wouldn't
picks up
higher than the rest.
yeah,
Yeah, it was before.
higher than what it dipped by.
Yeah.
So
Then,
are you suggesting that I shouldn't be bothered
no, don't be
Don't
bothered.
be
whenever I buy?
bothered. But
No, don't be bothered.
only thing you should do is make sure you make your payments regularly. Don't
No,
default
that's what I'm
your.
saying. No, I know. Whenever I do those things,
Yeah.
I make sure I have money. Even if I don't have money, I'll just tell a friend, please, on the 10, let me send so amount to my account. That's when I
And
don't
then
have, but I
let,
always
Lexi, please share the phone number of those friends so that they can send money to me.
As in, we need friends like that in our lives. So,
And please, another thing that helps your credit score is you what's it called? Register on voters registration with your local.
Yes, yes, yes.
So register as a voter. If you register as a voter, it helps your credit score
That helps your credit score a lot.
a lot.
A
Yeah.
lot. A lot. So basically, we're
Sorry,
kind of
you have
drifting
like
away from cars.
600 over that 7 something you are seeing on Credit Karma.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a good or fair?
you would see the
600.
ratings there
You will
now.
see the ratings there. The ratings they will tell you if it's okay, good,
Fair
fair, or
if it
excellent.
needs more work, all
Yeah.
of those things, they put it there.
So
They will
what
even tell you
I
what you
was saying
need to
is
do to improve it.
I'm
exactly.
saying
And if you have like negative points, you can also still track it to see where you had those red points.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
One,
I also feel like you have like direct debit on your account. You should already know what the pointers are. As
Yeah.
to, okay, I didn't
exactly.
pay as at this time, so this could be one of
Yeah.
the reasons. Yeah.
Yeah. So guys,
Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó pé.
I'm still here. I'm just trying to
Oh, my
try
play.
to do a cleanup. Try to do a cleanup out here. So I hope you won't be offended that I'm not in the frame.
That's all.
So basically, I think one of the key points of today that we learned from today is cars are pretty much any car can be really good, honestly. Because most times when you say you don't want to buy this kind of car, you don't want to buy that kind of car, you'll be surprised that that car is still produced by the car that you like. Do you know that the Volkswagen company has lots of cars under them? Take for instance the Bugatti Chiron,
Mm-hmm.
Porsche. They are
Mm-hmm.
all under the Volkswagen brand.
Yeah.
Just like Toyota has Lexus, they have JAC and a couple of others under the Toyota brand. So the truth is, lots of cars that you are taking. Okay, like for instance, there's this one called the Seat, SEAT. It's a part of the Volkswagen brand. And somebody will come and say, I don't like this, I don't like it, and I like Polo. We are still talking about the same car, just like Lexus and Toyota itself. So it's they are pretty much all intertwined. And like I said before, I'll still say it again. It's more about your own interest in the
Maintenance.
car, maintenance on the car itself. That's what I would say. Because I know people who have driven Toyotas and they've had issues within a 1 year. I know people who have driven other cars and they've not had any issues. I know someone that brought a brand new Toyota, came from the dealership after service, and the engine fell apart. It was in fact, when it was taken back to them, they found out it was a factory fault. They replaced the car for him immediately there and then. So it's not about me. Okay, that's true. And that your electric cars are cheaper to maintain, but of course, there are chairmen like you and I don't think I can buy electric cars right
That's all.
now. One of my developers,
Yeah, that's
one
another
of my
question.
developers,
Do you suggest
one of my
electric
developers.
cars or normal cars?
Let's
Well,
see.
really,
As a
that
mechanic,
okay.
and I abhor electric cars, so don't let us bring that into
Do you don't
conversation.
you
I
want to be
don't like.
diplomatic, right?
I like internal combustion engines. I don't like electric cars. That's just my own. There's a lot of
Opinion.
limitations on electric cars, and for me, the kind of things I like to do with my cars, electric cars can't do it for me. You know that don't even say this winter that we are in right now, lots of electric cars have had issues. Their batteries failing because the
Exactly.
weather was really,
Exactly.
really cold. And then you now have an emergency, you need to go somewhere, you need to first find a way to charge your car before you get there, and then you're not even sure if the car will get there before you need to recharge it again. There's just too many gray areas. Maybe when things improve and the gray areas have been resolved, then we can start talking about
Tap screen.
electric cars.
And,
For
and
me,
if I might say something to
that's
Adedayo,
just my own personal opinion.
yes, if I might say something to Adedayo, electric cars are only cheap on fuel. If any other part of probably the engine, the batteries, they are fucking expensive. It's only cheap on fuel
Language,
when you're driving below
language,
30
sir.
miles.
Language, sir.
Oluwagbamọ ń juicy.
language ni mò ń sọ o àwọn rọ́bọ̀tì wọ́n máa send the place ní òsì.
But what is
Yeah, they'll filter it out. Oluwa glamour. Mama Be. Too much money.
so basically what you want to
àwọn
one of the
eléyìí
key
don't change topic and then come up.
one of the great advice I always give about people buying new cars in the UK is to buy a car with a small engine. Small engine, you consume less fuel, yeah, probably parts are probably cheaper. And as much as I don't like to mention cars, there's one unique car that we all know. It's usually expensive, but the parts are always cheap. That's the good fact to it. And if you know the car, you know the car. I won't mention the name of the car, but it's usually expensive to buy, but the parts are cheap and it's always very, very cheap to maintain.
Okay.
Lówe like Bansoro.
You get the point. You get the point.
You are a politician, sincerely,
I'm not
a
a
great
I'm not
politician.
a politician. You see,
No,
the truth
if you
is,
are not, you sound like
see,
one.
tomorrow, one big car company might just say because you said this, just give you
I get, no, you are
something.
right. No, and we are on air. You are very correct. I understand.
Yeah, yeah.
You are very correct.
But all that apart and all the sentiments apart, to be very, very sincere, it always boils down to maintenance. It always boils down to maintenance. It's just like your house that you live in. If you don't do the right thing, for instance, you don't air your house from time to time, you're going to have mold in the house. If you don't put the necessary things to keep your house safe, you're going to have issues. So it's not about where the landlord built the house or how the landlord built the house. It's always more about how you maintain the house. So it's pretty much the same thing about your car.
Yes. Should be fine.
Ade, what did you
Yes.
drive in Nigeria?
Honda. I drove an Honda. I drove a Lexus and a Volkswagen
What Volkswagen?
Golf 4.
Oh, that was a nice car.
Very, very nice. Fuel
But,
efficiency, air conditioning, very sweet.
but guess what? Let me now tell you something. You'll find people who don't like golf. You find people who don't like Honda. And people who will shout,
Honda,
Kia Odao, Kia Shekilika. See, I've 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 driven a lot of cars in this my career that lots of them that I can virtually tell you any car can be good. It also boils down to their unique things that are associated with certain cars. And I'll for the sake of this conversation talk about Honda. So most people, thanks, Ade. Most people don't understand that the wheel that comes off on the Honda is because of a special technology that Honda has put in their car. It's called the wishbone suspension.
yes.
That pulls down the body of the car.
So your car is much more aerodynamic, and in that way, you're not burning. You're not going to be fighting against
Hey,
the wind.
yeah.
So your car will be able to move faster.
Sorry to interject, guys. Our host is almost getting to achieve his life goal.
What is
Please
left to say?
help us to help him achieve it, please.
It's
Thanks,
on the
Biola.
screen.
Wait,
It's
It's
still going to
very close to it.
173.
Yeah.
Stop.
is it? Are you sure it's pinned?
now. Are they
I'm
clear? Clear the cat.
I'm I'm sorry, I'm a village man. I don't know how to pin it. I might be missing
Just go where you have the gift, then try to, point at it or something.
Oh
You'll
yeah,
see.
I've seen it.
But
it.
don't
How
go
do I
and play
pin it?
spoiler. If you
No,
don't
I'm
know
gonna
it,
pin,
just
but
leave it. Just leave it
I've
first.
seen
there are
it.
two things there. We're not pin immediately, right?
The gift now. Maybe you know what
There are
you
two
said.
gifts. There are two gifts there in the village. I
Pin
thought
them one after the other. Pin one first, then when that one expires, exactly, then
okay.
you can pin the other one.
Sorry, oh.
Yeah, that.
You might be listening me. I'm just a village man. I don't know
Mm,
this thing.
I want to feel it already because I kept those ones.
clear it, don't worry. And you know, Emma, very just be, just make our hosts happy. It's not easy. I'm inside my flat self. Could they finish me? Now imagine that I'm outside.
You wait a live for penthouse.
Need they whine me. Come up for there, Jerry. Are they vex so?
So,
Oh yeah, they clear it, clear it, clear it.
are there any
Again.
more
You guys.
questions? If there are any more questions, let's look at it. Maybe I should also. There's something I did in the last slide. Maybe I should also do it again today to shed light on a couple of things. Let's run us through a number of things inside the car that, if there's any buttons or things you don't know how to use inside the car, then we can talk about it while inside the car. It's actually warmer here. This is where I finish me. Okay. Okay. Where did this flip this camera again? Okay, I got it. Kimaladi Babati. All right. So
Praise God.
this is a Toyota. So you have each Toyota will have its own different icons and different buttons and for different functions. So for this car, for instance, this button here is to dim the lights on the dash. The light that comes on in this area, you can use it to dim the lights at night if you don't want the lights to be too bright. So you can use that button there to dim it and turn it to whatever you want to turn it to. This here is for the mirror, obviously. So you need to flick it to either left or right to control the mirror buttons there. Then this is the um, washer. The windshield washer, so that you can also turn it to determine the speed at which you want to go. You can also choose if you want it to do the rear windshield washer or the one in front. You can also, when you press it forward, it also splashes water on the screen. Then on the other side, you have the one that does the. Let me try and turn the wheel. This one that does the. Wow,
Hey, thank you,
wow, wow. Thank you
guys.
guys. Thank you
You are
so
the
much.
new MVP. Thank you,
Thank,
guys. Thank you,
thank
Ade.
you,
God bless you.
thank you guys. Thank you
Aww.
so much.
Àwọn tó ń wá bíi
Thank
tí náà,
you.
àwọn náà ló ń ṣe
Thank you
ìdílé.
guys.
Thank you, Ade. Thank you,
Thank you
Dayo.
very
Ade
much.
Meji. Ade Oba.
Thank you guys.
Adé
Thank you
para
so
gangan.
much.
Adé
Thank you,
onídàájà
guys.
sì lè para o.
Thank you
A ó
so
bá
much.
Ade. Ẹ ṣé o. God bless you, guys. You are the best.
So, like I was saying, this one is to turn on the headlamp or to turn on your indicator lamp. And if you have fog light, this particular model doesn't have a fog light. But if you have a fog light, also that's where you turn it, turn the fog light on. And then on on the steering itself, the volume buttons, and then one you can use to change the mode for whatever you want to change in your, like, to check stuff on your entertainment sound system in the car. Then of course there are buttons there for your phone. Wow, Radekemi, thank you very much. That is the person that makes sure that I'm alive and well. Please, everybody, can you please say a big thank you to her for me?
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Ade Kemi. Another Ade.
Exactly. This is right. I don't know.
Yeah. So that's for to operate your phone. And a Mercedes is a little bit more complex. You have other more interesting buttons. Maybe when I day has a chance, you can show us in Mercedes one of these days. Then of course that's for your um, HVAC, your heating, ventilator, and air cool conditioning system. That's obviously the blue part is for making it cool. The red part is for making it warm. That's for the defogger for the um, rear windshield because that determines the speed of the fan. And then this what one here is determine air circulation. If you can see properly, there's I don't know if you guys can see it. There's an icon that looks like a car with an arrow inside it. Can we see that?
Yeah.
So that first one shows that the air is circulating within the car, and the other one shows the air is coming out from outside the car into the car. So
Okay.
it's advisable that if you are driving over a long distance, you should always switch in between the two. Because if you leave it permanently on this one, you'll start breathing CO2 after some time. Then you start getting dizzy and probably slip off while driving. So it's advised to always let air come from outside. But if you leave it permanently on air coming from outside as well, you probably be having odor in the car. The smell from outside the car, you start smelling inside the car. And of course, the last one is that one that determines where you want the air to blow, either on your face or your face on your other parts of your body, or just your leg alone. Then, if you want to warm it up as well and all that, then that's the major heater for inside the car as well. That there is the hazard button or caution button, whatever they call it. The other one shows the what they call seat belts. If any of those lights comes on while you're driving, it means that somebody's in the car and they've not put on their seat belts. Let me also try and show you one last thing before we start rounding up because I know lots of people have work tomorrow and all that. We start getting into people want to go and watch the match as well. This icon here, I don't know if you can see that one up there. There are three there. There's one that looks like has a square and a plus and a minus sign in it. That one shows that your battery is probably not charging. The one above it that looks like a Aladdin's lamp there, it shows your engine oil. If it starts coming on while you're driving, obviously means that you don't have engine oil enough in your car, or maybe your your engine oil is not pumping properly. Then the topmost one is the one I'm actually much more concerned about. That's your check engine sign. That one shows that there's a problem going on in your engine that you need to sort out. That icon, I don't know if you can you see what I'm saying?
Thank you, Ade. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yes, we can see it, bro.
So that icon shows that there's a problem with the car. You need to put a scanner on the car to scan it and figure out what's wrong. Then that green one there shows temperature of the engine. If it turns red, that means your car is overheating. I pray that never happens to any of our cars in US. Then that one there is pretty much like stability in your car. I'll get into that in one of these lives. That will take much more time to explain right now. Then that other one there is for your brakes. It shows that your brakes my parking brakes is engaged. If I do this, for instance, can you notice that it has gone now? Hello, Ade. Hello, guys. Can you see that light went off just now? Let me try and engage it again. So everybody was distracted. Can you see the light come up again?
Yes.
If I disengage the brake to go off, if you engage the brake, it will come on. So if that's not coming on, that means there's something wrong with your handbrake or your parking brake, as it were. Then that one flashing shows that I'm not putting on my seatbelts. So when you move on, obviously you want to engage that and makes you safe inside the car. So that's pretty much it. Does anyone have any other questions or anything you want to touch on? Right. So, Grandma, which car did you drive?
Range Rover.
2024.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I hear?
Range Rover báwo? Vox ni mò ń wá o. Mi ò tí dé level bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ Range Rover
Wait,
níbo.
wait.
Àwa sì ń bọ̀ ẹ má worry.
Did you say I should call you Volks? It's probably a
You,
Chiron or
you
maybe
get
just Chiron or maybe a Porsche.
yeah, exactly.
Volkswagen.
Volkswagen, no, no, she go on.
But you already know the Volkswagen I'm talking about.
I don't know which one you're
And
talking
that's on a
about.
period.
There are plenty. There are plenty Volkswagen
Now,
now. Audi. What's up?
God,
Audi
this boy
RS7.
shall
Oh,
be
wow.
starting me.
Now waiting I did that
Yeah.
you drive with that.
Audi RS7.
Now
What
waiting
chairman? No, what motor you? Now what chairman? No, what motor you? So I think it's
I,
safe
I,
to.
I would love to drive a BM or the
Nah,
Volvo,
that
BM or the
BMs are
Volvo.
BMs are. I almost casted myself. BMs are very, very, very nice car. I had one. I used to have the BMW 323, the touring version.
Ooh,
I'll
excellent,
post the picture. I'll post the picture one
excellent.
of these days. That car was mad, and the interesting thing about it, it was manual, so it
Yeah,
gave
this
me
manual.
full. I drove it for like almost maybe 1 or 2 years before I changed it, but it was a car that I love that I'm still going to acquire again. Mm. And yeah, I've driven some really crazy cars that I still intend one day. Of course, man, Louis, you need to live on the outskirts of town to keep a collection of cars. The kind of houses we have in the city centers, you can't keep collection of cars.
And
I'd like to have a Volkswagen Beetle, those old ones. I'd
yeah,
like to have a Peugeot 404. I would like to have a 504. Just like collection. Eh?
no, sorry, no. Yeah, yeah, collection. But in this UK, they give room for that kind of life now because
Yeah, except if
by the time you
except if
start
you are
paying
living on the
insurance,
outskirts.
by the time you start paying insurance on those cars and all those
So
wahala.
so so what you can do is if you have those kind of cars, what you can do is you can if you have the space to keep it, you can sun it.
Okay,
You can sun
okay.
it when you want to drive it, then you can put it back on the road and drive it.
But for how long would you be doing that, like that back and forth?
So it depends on how frequent you want to drive those cars. The question is, how many times will you even get to drive those cars? You must be very jobless to be able to drive those cars every now and then.
Yeah.
So
There,
it,
there was
it's
there was a
basically
time in there was a time in Nigeria I was really looking for this Benz 200, that flat Benz.
yeah, yeah.
And I went as far as Cotonou.
Mm.
I want
But
I, I
if you,
I wanted it bad, but I just wanted it for like it was becoming vintage in a way. Oh, it's now
hmm
vintage. Let's put it that way. So I was really
it
looking
is
for it. I just wanted to be like, okay, yes, I'll get it, pimp it up, and just so that this guy that drives this car.
I bought a lot of. I helped a lot of people get those kind of cars back in Nigeria, like the Volkswagen, like the 404 Peugeot, like that Benz you're talking about. Like I
Yeah,
helped people get it and put them in great shape uh, when they had it. So it's how do I say it? If you can afford it, that kind of lifestyle is fantastic. Those kind of cars will give you some certain feelings that you will never ever have again in more recent cars that we have around. And like I said, I'm not really. If I have my way, I'll do a manual vehicle, and
yeah, man, no, no way.
that's why even if I don't get to drive a manual, this kind of car is the car I won't mind to drive because it's a Tiptronic. Let me explain that to you. You know, this is typically this looks like an automatic vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
but it's really not an automatic. It's a Tiptronic, which means
But
that
the
once you
manufacturer,
put the gear here, you can
What
also
do you want,
choose
babe?
to reduce to downshift or change the gear as you wish. And I think it's the same thing with that car you drive. That car you drive has these buttons here, these plus and minus buttons that I'm showing you. They are called paddle shifters. This one, and this one. They are paddle shifters that help you change your gear. So this kind of car is actually not an automatic car. It's called like a Tiptronic.
like semi-automatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
My
uh,
CLA has the same feature too.
so you can downshift and you can change your
Yeah.
gears whenever you want to.
Yes.
So
There
so
was
it
there was,
gives
a,
you
there
the
was a time I
feeling of
went to
driving a manual car.
there was a time I went to Lincoln, and there's this stretch of the road for about I think 40 miles. And there are no cameras, nothing. I just noticed that people were just moving, like moving. What's happen now? So I went like that. Went to greet a friend. And my friend had told me that, oh, that stretch of road, like everybody they throw normal. Like there's no I'm not coming back. Hey.
Until somebody has accident on that road and they put cameras, that's how it's going to be.
Oh well, true, but like that was the first time I was traveling that kind of distance with the car. I'm like, okay, let me try it now. Let me see how they respond. So I shifted to this Triptonic thing. I was downshifting, and man, the response was
And it's even much more interesting in a Mercedes because Mercedes are known to have better stability than most other cars.
and it's like the more I move, like the more it balances up, you know,
Exactly. Exactly. The
piercing through the wind.
aerodynamic comes into play. Yeah.
Yeah, piercing through the wind.
Yeah. Is it a diesel engine or a petrol engine?
Petrol.
Mm. It won't be as heavy as the diesel engine.
Yeah.
Mayowa, I don't understand what you just said now, because almost all the cars I've been buying in the UK are semi-autos. And that function you mentioned now, I don't really know how to use it. But was it last year when there was a snow? Somebody had to collect the car from me because he said I need to put it on manual. You understand? He said if I'm driving it like normal, because I just drive the car like, because me, I don't know how to drive manual. I always drive automatic. So that
Yeah.
function he said, I think he said something Purdue or something. I don't understand.
It's
I don't.
Tiptronic, and those buttons, like those paddles I showed you, they are called paddle shifters. It helps you to change the gear. So it now makes the car like a manual car when you're driving it. So you can either increase the gear or reduce the gear without having to use a clutch to change it. So that just does the job for you.
But my car, all the cars, as in all my semi-autos, doesn't have clutch.
No, they
That's what I'm
don't.
saying. They don't have clutch, but if once you have that button, this function there, once you have the D that also has an M and plus and minus, it means you can shift the gears to reduce it or to increase it while you're driving.
So are they better than full autos?
I won't say it's better. It just gives you an option to do something else that you can't do on the auto.
Because even the car I'm looking forward to buying now is still gonna be semi-auto as well. I don't know why I've been buying semi-auto.
You'll be automatic guy now.
I'm not Sabi drive man. I'm even thinking. I even want to ask: is it advisable to go and write the manual exam or to go and practice the manual?
You can
Because in
write the
UK,
manual exam
manual
if you
cars are
have.
very cheap.
Yeah, you can if you have the funds to do another test, go ahead and do it. It
Because
won't
I
be an
have,
issue.
I have,
I don't think
I
it will
have
be as
my.
difficult as when you were doing the initial one because you're already familiar with what you need to know.
Yeah, but I'm just scared because when I came into the UK, the first instructor I saw said, because I told him I've been driving, but he said I should do manual. But when he started, I drove the car the first day, but I'm just like, this guy want to collect my dough. I say I don't do it. I say I don't do it again. I make I do it. I want do. I say make I do practice with you. Make I go write exam because I don't really want to do any training. So he just said I
Adebayo is
should
in
go
the
and do. So
comment
I was thinking,
section.
Nigerian
I
mentality.
think
I was
he's
thinking this guy.
asking something.
Sorry,
What did she say?
I didn't get that as well.
Sorry, I said Ade is asking a question in the comment section. Adebayo.
How hmm,
How do
do
you
you
down?
clutch
How do you
down? I
clutch
think.
that?
How do you clutch down? I think that's what he wanted to say.
You don't need to clutch down, but if you want to clutch down in the automatic cars, you just take your leg off the throttle a little bit and then press it again. You can't clutch it down. But that's why I said in this kind of cars, you have those paddle shifters that does that same function for you, so you don't need to bother about clutching down. Did that answer the question?
Mayo, are you not cold?
I am, but I need to finish up what I'm doing here.
Come on. I don't do well with cold though.
I don't either, but you know.
They are really trying. I always hail those that walk outside. You understand?
And then you know that I work in construction right now, so I'm used to it.
Okay. Oh yeah. Baba Sha host to any gift. It's not easy to be in the cold though.
I'm almost rounding up outside
Me, I be village boy. How do I buy gifts?
If you look at the icon on the bottom right, it should be on the bottom right of your
So
screen. You should say
bottom right.
Yeah, it has
say
gifts.
send.
Yeah, you see the gift, GIFT.
Yeah.
You click on it and it will prompt you. Come on.
It will prompt you on method of payment and then you send
Okay.
details.
It will prompt you to buy coin with your
Okay.
card. Then if it adds up in your account, then you start clicking and your gift will be popping up to the own.
Okay. Me, I be Jebu. Can I use my Nigerian card? I think because in this UK, if you use your
Yes, if it goes, use it now. Use it, but if it goes, fine. I can't access my Nigerian account again, so I have to switch to my UK account
because I always heard
on my
it's
UK
it's
network.
it's cheaper when you pay with Nigeria, even on all these subscription.
Just be
Yes,
safe
true.
with your card details.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Let me use my UK. I beg.
Wọ́n máa lọ fa owó lọ àbí?
Tọ́ba yọ ọ́ ní UK, wọ́n máa dá padà. Tọ́ba yọ
Naija
ọ́
ni
ní
mo
UK.
ń sọ.
Òun náà ni
Wait
mi
for
trust
10 working
Nàìjíríà. Mi ò
days.
trust wọn. Mi ò trust. Kò dẹ̀ tiẹ̀ sówó gan
50
bẹ́ẹ̀.
working days.
No.
100 working days.
Àwọn ní kò lọ mú ẹyin girama
Ǹjẹ́
ẹ̀
lọ
wá
mú
kó wá fún mi.
death certificate ancestor wá? Your great grandfather death certificate.
That thing can be really annoying.
So also just to chip in this guys, Ejo, we're very careful. When you're on an host live, please try to switch on your camera because they are seriously fascinating people now, like people that are popular now. Like even like Fola. Fola is she hosts like I mean she comes on
Sorry
live
to
stream
cut you
very
short.
well.
Sorry to cut you short. You say we should put off our camera or put it on?
Put it on so that people can see you, so that the host can see you in the box. Because they are really fascinating people now and they are gifting them thinking it is their person. Because we have community now that is growing really fast. We should just try and make sure we switch on our camera because TikTok has given it the opportunity to given an opportunity to people to be able to change their names every 7 days, I think. So they change the
Yeah.
people's name, they put a little number or underscore to make it very similar. They even use their profile picture and they pop
Yeah.
up and they will be taking gifts on your behalf. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
weird. So,
Yeah.
Ayé mà níkà o. That one na another hustle buy. Make I even go use her day picture.
Maybe make myself go use a day picture. We be like, say,
Abi,
I know
everybody
they
they
collect.
shout.
picture of
Some people
Olawe
no
ló
dey give
sure
you now.
Dubai.
ibo ló ti
Picture of
Now,
Fola ló sure
now,
Dubai tí
now
wà
for
lórí.
exactly. Ade, you no go see gift with Ade's picture.
Na so.
But if you use for you go to collect lion every now and then. Collect lion. Go be like,
Ade, let me try your own.
Ọlọ́run.
Lion ni ibo na
Ade,
dey
make I try
wine.
your own first. If I see gift, if I know say I can't go use for la. Make I
Na
start the difference.
so.
Ade, not necessarily.
Do that
You don't
your
have to add the account
deliverance.
before you do that. They'll just change
No,
the profile name and use the person's picture. That's it.
Cold has almost finished.
as in the code, it's terrible. Like as
So
actually,
that's
God, and my time is
I
not
have to come
working.
inside.
You can
Today,
I don't know. The thing is blowing fan. I don't know. I had to go and check the store early on today. I didn't even get. So I had to order on eBay. And they are saying they will deliver like on or before February 14th. As they know
yeah,
be
like
small sorry. As
share
I did
electric
like
one
this, I
alone.
just did think my life.
Share electric one alone.
Okay, so be ilé mi ṣe wà, mo ní kan nínú bedroom mi, mo ní kan nínú kitchen, mo ní kan nínú bathroom. But the one even in the kitchen, go see a fair gun, and I just tired. And I've sent series of emails to these agents. They will not come and check. I don't even know what to feel right now.
You might need to contact an ombudsman to talk to them on your behalf.
Ooh,
Ombudsman. I want to buy a palita.
cause I'm tired. What is just keeping me going right now is the fact that the tenancy expires next month, and I don't intend to renew it. I just want to move out of Plymouth, basically. Yeah,
Where are
so
you moving?
maybe that's
Come
just
to
what I'm
Wales.
saying.
Are you
Come
coming
to
to
Wales.
Manchester? Are you coming to Manchester?
Wales.
Come
Talo,
to Wales.
You will get house for me for there. I want
Talo,
a.
Talo, Wales,
Come
man.
to Wales, Joe.
It's
Well,
Oluwagbamo.
This Wales.
community will decide. We
Come,
will have to
come to
pass
Man,
the vote.
come, come to Manchester.
I should move to
Can't vote.
Hungary. Sure, I will not use visa to come to Hungary. I'll use visa to come, Nabi. I need a visa because trust me, this UK service is overrated. Wahala take bojo to sue me.
I did is inviting you over.
If you invite me, I'll go. I want a getaway. I will
We'll
use.
say, get away, looking wow, body location.
Sorry,
We can drive that. We can
Oluwagbamo àti
drive down.
relocation àti getaway everyone everything kó wà embedded nínú package yẹn kan UK ti sue me.
Don't worry. I didn't release his car. We'll drive down to Hungary.
Honestly, Adegbe car ẹ fún mi now. Ká tiẹ̀ lò ó, ká fi ṣe trip. So funny. But thank God Mayowa is inside the house now. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run.
Try to also avoid the kids and stuff.
Ìfẹ́ ti padà dé, welcome. The code is more too. I don't know what's happening. I miss summer so much.
Don't count on summer this year.
Are you serious? Come and
saying
spend 2 weeks.
their
You won't
predictions
want
Oh,
to.
mommy, I like winter past summer.
Don't worry, we
I
talk later.
just swear.
I like summer beg. As a content creator self, you
How you
don't
like
need these days for you to even shoot one thing. You go plenty lights, now you go one pack put for waiting there. You sure you get, but summer you don't need so much. My UGC content has been suffering because I need sunlight. I need natural sun to do some of the
Grandma, you're saying you like winter. What do you like about winter?
I beg, I don't like
You like winter for you.
Me, normally, my body, they generate heat. Normal. So I
We know
feel
say
good during winter.
Oga dey generate.
Not be that one though. Guys, truth be told, my body they generate heat. If my mother used to tell me that now, wow, this one we quote us blooded woman being will like it's not funny, oh. Like my body they generate heat proper heat. So I don't feel good at summer, so I enjoy winter. I enjoy winter so much. I feel cool during winter. I feel cool during winter. I enjoy winter. Oh.
I don't like winter at all. I'd rather have the hottest summer and be able to warm up myself than have cold winter that I'm struggling to stay alive. Sometimes I have to wear like 7, 8 layers just to keep warm.
Don't become onion.
If you see me when I'm going to work, you'll be wondering, kilo day, will I do? Because if look like even inside, even today, last summer here, I have like two or 3 layers of. Apart from my overall, I have like that much.
It is well.
Amen. The only one I did for that way. I'm happy.
You want to only go motor select and drive to somebody.
Oh, should be going, but what's it?
I'm it down now.
Ade,
keep your minus 5.
Ọ̀rọ̀ Ade sí wọlé.
Ade, keep your minus 5 to yourself. You don't want to. Thank you. Yeah, okay with the way we are right now. -5, bow.
Enjoy your -5. Enjoy your weekend.
Enjoy it in your hungry.
Enjoy.
When my sister showed me pictures of
we can enjoy our degree at times here with pride. I beg, don't bring zero, -5 for here.
Ṣé bó lọ sọ pé láìkì kí ló ń forúkọ láìkì?
But èmi ò ń di àdìmẹ́rù, mo ń kàkọ̀ pọ̀ o. The worst you can see me wear is maybe a top and jumper. Honestly, I don't like summer. I mean, one more say to die in even and I'm not even ready to prove for that. I don't like summer. Ó ti máa ń gbóná jù fọ́ta mi. Ó dàbí ìgbà tí heat bá jẹ́ àmú heat mi. So explosion. I don't like summer. Apart from okay, ilẹ̀ òkun tètè ṣí well and the daylight like Fola said. But aside that, I beg, I leave my winter for me.
So I would try and put up another date where we'll do some other work on the car. But in the meantime, if you have any questions or anything you want me to shed light on, anything you want me to,
I bet what time be match, guys?
8
8
o'clock.
o'clock, Abi.
now.
so let me let
Man, you
you
don't
guys,
play lower by.
let me let you guys go so you
So
can.
see, man, you can come be. Moya di salo.
That's
Maiwa, thank you for having us here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks everybody.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Ade, thank you. Ade one,
I've not
Ade
said thank
two.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you all
Lexi.
for
Thank
the
you.
Everybody.
Ade 3, Ade 4, Ade 5, Ade. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank
Ade.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Ade Folawe. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Glamour. Bye bye, guys.
See you guys later in the night.
Yeah.
And you are going. I'm trying to buy gifts. No, wahala. When next are you coming on? I've
You
been
are trying to
struggling with
buy
this
gifts
since morning.
since Lexi. You are trying to buy gifts since morning.
No, the thing is
For
this.
more shading.
On decline, I have not been
First time,
rally.
man.
You
I
For
don't think
rally.
we
more
I
allow
just
you.
trying
yes.
to on decline. But much love paper me shisha. I'm just doing it.
Revolut.
Jẹ́ ká dúró, ẹ jẹ́ ká dúró.
Okay.
Ẹ jẹ́ ká
Let's
sáré
wait
dúró
for
ká tiẹ̀
him
rí kó
then.
gẹ̀tẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ká dúró 5 minutes.
Ó sáré fún Máìwá ní lion kan.
Ọmọ Naija.
Let me see.
Lion kó sáré fún wa lion kan.
Ọmọ Naija. I see your
First
outfit.
time I mean, if
Mo
you
fọ́.
now.
Adé àbí.
Tèmi.
Adé ti wọ complete.
Yes, now.
Complete ládé wọ̀. O
Naija.
ṣe
Spirit of Naija.
èèyàn Eagles. O ṣe.
Tabitha, báwo ni o? Happy Sunday sí ìwọ náà.
Hi Tabitha. Hi. Happy Sunday, guys.
Hi,
Ó ti
Tabitha.
O
gẹ̀tẹ̀.
ṣe.
Ó ti
Èèyàn
gẹ̀tẹ̀.
Lexi. Ó yá gbàgbó.
Bàbá
No,
o.
wahala. When I put it
Bàbó.
Ó pọ̀. Ó pọ̀.
Thank you.
Amúlùdù. Ìdúmìdù. Alú.
It's
Thank
okay.
you very
How am I
much.
gonna say?
Thank you.
Ọmọ Arsenal ti na Man U pa. Àbí kí ni mò ń wò bí báyìí? Arsenal 1-6 ni. Ó ti jẹ́
All
ẹ̀sìn
right, now,
ọkọ mi
guys,
lónìí.
guys, I would like to leave now. Thank you very much.
All right, guys.
All
Thank
right.
you very much. Thank you.
Ire o,
All right,
everybody.
now.
Thank you guys online. I think I've given everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's fine.
I'll let you know when
Thank
we have
you.
another session.
Thank you very much, Ade.
All right, see you guys after
You
the
guys make
match.
my day.
Ẹnu wa ò ní kọ o, so that ma lè ginger dáadáa.
Okay, you are coming back after the live, after the match, Ade.
Eh.
Yeah,
Yes.
we have another live
After the match.
Yeah.
I think I'll be there.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll
Thank
see
you very
you
much, guys.
guys.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Mhm.